guys, back to Nyabuanse a little bit here, so I can just have a little bit of a video here coming out from Nyabuanse one-on-one here. So this is the junction, and I've just met, the good thing is I've just met with Mr. Joseph here, one-on-one. So because I heard that, oh, he was just chasing the thief today, so I'm going to be handling to understand what's really popping out. And the real fact is the place that was having a problem right now, it's going to be sorted. It's going to be a house construction here that's going to be kicked out of from this kind of the position right now, and we're going to be not having much of the water retention as well, that we're going to be bringing much of the problem at this kind of the rate. So this kind of Gedo anakuja. So guys, the channel is already good to go, and this kind of the mzee was bringing much of the problem here. He was told to excavate this kind of the stones from inside because he had buried them again. So right now everything is just proper, and the sanitation of this kind of the area is well done. So we don't have much of the shenanigans, telenovela, and the abscondations of talking about going to be having any kind of the issues here. So everything is just settled at this kind of the rate. Talk about the assortment of Mr. Joseph here. So today I've been turning around each and every kind of the spot to make sure that this kind of the video is going to be coming, and I have that kind of the capability to make it happen. Before I get out, I'm going to be changing Nyabuanse to a new thing. Talk about changing Nyabuanse into a new staff, or into a new talk about into a new ownership. Talk about a new thing that we're going to be handled at this kind of the power, and it comes of this kind of the issues here. So we can just be solving much of the things one-on-one, not much of a defect of talking about, oh, I'm going to be coming. No, I'm going to be dealing with it with an immediate event. So back to Mr. Joseph. So the area is a little bit drier, and the house is still having problems of too many luggages here. Yes. You have so many luggages here. So are you going to be using this kind of the stuffs here, or they're just here to bulk the house?
Oh no, these are being used in Miabulia.
This is for the people. So it's just talk about fixing the problems. Are never going to be getting to this kind of the umbrellas here. So this one's here for the people. Now this one's here. And also the house is stinking now. Yeah. So what about this one here? Should they be burnt?
No. Those are
How can you talk about this is for somebody? Is somebody gonna be coming to take such kind of a thing here? No, there are so many of them here. Look at this one here. So how can somebody come and pick such kind of a thing? So there are so many clothes here that and also this kind of the umbrella that should be burnt completely. Because the house now, it's going to be stinking because of the warmth that you're going to be having, the moisture that's just retained at this kind of the house. So how are you?
I'm fine.
Everything is good?
Yes.
Today in the morning I was informed that you got a thief, and you are chasing a thief today.
Alitoa hivi vitu yote akatupa huko.
Vitu gani?
Akaingia hapa, akavunja mlango, hata ndio nimeelekea.
Oh, alivunja mlango. So you have put another stuff here to you have a problem even you.
Wewe ananiletea, ataniletea niambia chuma. Atanipea huyu mwenye welding.
Oh.
Huyu mtu anaitwa Gentani.
Gentani is another we can call him a street boy. He's a street boy, and he doesn't have anywhere to sleep. So maybe you want to do a competition here.
No, I don't know.
If your door will be opened, he will be coming then. So he comes and breaks. So he came and broke here
during the day.
During the day.
Yeah, I was walking out in the morning and coming. I find all these.
So where is he right now?
Nilienda huko nikapata iko kwa Masako. Kwenda kwa Masako. Masako kaniambia kwenda polisi. Nimepeana ripoti huko.
So you have gone to the police station. You have. That is a street boy. I'll deal with him circumphonious. That's kind of the issues. No go to the police. Even if the police is going to be intervening, they'll do nothing. Because taking such kind of a person to a police station is having problems. Talk about the legs are not working properly. Is having a difficulty in terms of the diet. Is having so many sicknesses. Is been beaten every kind of the point he is. So right now nobody knows him. Nobody recommend any kind of the nonsense from him. So whenever gonna be passing, somebody can hit him anywhere. That don't what are you doing? And nobody needs him in any kind of the business. Even passing to the road sometimes is a problem. And also he has that kind of the stupidity of the mentality. It has changed. So he can act abnormal because of the condition he is. So treating him to the police, even police, they will do nothing. Because they know him is a street person. Even he always
ameniambia tukwenda ambia baba yake. Baba yake akaniambia wewe peleka polisi.
No, the
Nimeambia
police will
chief-
never help you.
Chief nothing.
And also, they know him. Even right now, whenever you turn around early in the morning,
Yes.
you'll find him sitting at the middle of the road.
Oh,
The car's
so-
gonna be bypassing and talking about it. It's just mentally a little bit challenged.
Yes, I
So such
see.
kind of a person, I know how to deal with him. So I always know there's a problem with the food, scarcity of food.
Yeah.
So if I buy him food,
Yeah.
he will just be okay. And I talk to
okay.
him. Me, I
Yeah.
always talk to him. And
Yeah.
even right now, if I can meet him,
Yeah.
you'll see him talking about, oh, Gitu, I don't have shoes. Buy me shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, he has a problem, but people don't understand that he has a problem. They'll beat him because going to open that, hey, please help me with the one tomato. Help me with one orange. People will beat him because of the condition he is. So for you taking him to the police station, they will do nothing also. They know him.
Even they told me mwambia babake.
Exactly, that's what the police told you.
Yeah.
Because they know him. They'll not take him anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Because even taking such kind of a person to a custody,
And
it's
you
just a
don't do
wastage of time and a wastage of the public resources.
Yeah.
So the real fact is I know how to deal with him, so don't worry. I was told, and I was talking about how can I get you. So I can just tell you that it's just a mongerer. Talk about a person who is just walking helter-skelter.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a front or a backward.
Yes.
So such kind of the scenarios, you just tell me. I'll just sort it out. I know how to sort such kind of the issues.
Very good.
I know I'll just buy some food, and also they need alcohol, but I'll not buy them the alcohol. I buy them food.
Yeah.
And also after buying them food, I know how to lure them. Sometimes I can talk about, let me go buy you some shirt there,
Yeah,
and or a soda, and I can just buy them something to sustain their stomach.
Yeah.
When you are hungry, you can do whatever, so you can just get food.
Yeah,
That is what is the problem with this kind of the boy. So when you saw him coming here,
Yeah.
maybe one thing, we have two proposals here.
Yeah.
He came to seek for a house he can be sleeping.
Okay.
The way you seek
But
the house to
during
come
the
and
day
sleep.
morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. He's looking for a house for him also to settle himself and talk about where can I get somewhere to relax.
Yeah.
He knows right now here maybe there's nobody here.
Yeah.
Number two, maybe he's looking for a space where he knows that if I go here, I'll not be hit. If I get food, I'll eat. Or I'll come and get whatever, I'll get something good. I'll pick it and go and sell and get food. So that is what he's doing. So he can just come and loot here and do everything that you need. So
That's
be
why
very punctual. The blankets
maybe
will go.
here there's nothing here because you broke.
No, there's nothing here. And we have a blanket and a bed here. You'll take a blanket. You'll take a blanket. Something which will add up. Something that will have a value. We'll pick it out.
Yeah.
You understand, eh?
Yeah.
So as far as everything is in concern, how is the hotel there? You are eating food?
Yes,
The
even
food is
I
there.
am from there.
Oh, you are from there.
Yeah.
Very fantastic. So guys, such kind of the issues, I sort them out completely. Also, I'm coming from sorting out an issue whereby there's a boy who is defected, talk about is disabled.
Yeah.
He cannot walk, he cannot talk, he cannot do anything.
Yeah.
So I never knew that even in our community we have such kind of the people. I thought about they are just taken with the government. But the government is not taking care of everybody. Sometimes you have to be front-sized so you can just be getting such kind of the help from the government, or you can help himself because he is yours or they are yours. You have to take such kind of the charge. So I had to reach here, guys. I promised you that I had to reach here so I can just sort this kind of the issues once and for all. So keep it tuned, keep it locked. I'm gonna be back to this kind of the section, handle much of the pogroms that might be defecting to us or making such kind of the shagarabagar telenovela realization, so you can just make sure that we are sorting everything out. So the good fact is that the road is settled clearly and everything is just settled very properly here. So they are just making sure that I come here for a little bit of the calls here, talk about the short and the long call. So much of the people are coming to this kind of the site. It's just hidden. That's why you see it's just even that kind of a guy came to forsake and into to this kind of the position. So the good fact is this area is sorted. Now much of the water gonna be now having its own channel so as it can just be getting or driven out of this kind of the position.
Even this molecule will broke the drainage there.
Yeah.
So the water may.
The water now it's going. So right now there's not much of the problem there. So we're gonna be sorting much of the things, guys, out, and they're gonna be coming to live, which is one-on-one, and much of the things are gonna be sorting it out before I'm just leaving the village, so as you can just handle such kind of the issues once and for all, so as you can just make it happen. Now is a change, and the more the change is coming, the more we make Nyabuanse greater and greater again, and the more we help much of the people, the more we get ourselves into a position of being trusted and also making sure that we can sort much of the issues, and we are now making things to happen one-on-one. When Gintu is available, things are going to be happening to you. Keep it tuned, keep it locked. Subscribe, like, share, comment, so we can just be grooving together as a team. And this is the democratization of getting out of this kind of the video, keeping in tuned and locked in. Salute. Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are. Back again to this kind of the session. We are here at the burial ceremony, talk about the second one that was just be held at this kind of the Chef Matiko's area. So we are here. Much of the people that are just around and much of the people are eating much of the food right now. And it's just a contribution. They talk about the fundraising. And I'm here also to contribute because I'm part of the family also and part of the ecosystem. Talk about the village. We are same village here. So you can just understand the last time I was just hiked up a little bit with Ernest and he just contributed much of the things, and you can just understand how the program was running. And I appreciate that kind of the time, and I know that this is the fantastic model for us to go. And we also have to cherish ourselves. I know it's been so bitter because last time it was ours here a little bit, now it's just coming to this kind of the village. You are here, man?
Yes,
everything is fantastic, man. Exactly.
Everything is fantastic.
Welcome, man.
Thank you.
Everything is wagwan. Everything is good.
Everything is cool.
I see much of the people are just protruding inside here, and the food was so delicious and very meticulous at the same time. But I'm gonna be going. No, I'm going there after here because I took some water because I'm coming from very far, and I wanted to confirm 2-3 things, and I have to rush to here, and I was now a little bit thirstier, so I had to drink water and have the contribution there a little bit, and now make sure that before they could put the music, because I've triggered them a little bit, in order to put the music for the copyright, so they can just have a short video as possible and entitling what's really continuing at this kind of the time. So we are back to the center. You can introduce yourself.
Okay, guys, I go by the name with Ernest, the real son of the soul, the village boy.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Gintu, for hosting me to your channel.
Yeah, man.
It's a good moment today and a good day because, as you can see, we are preparing towards my grandmom burial.
Yeah.
And we are almost, because today is the day of the fundraising.
Exactly.
And if you can see my time today, it's like around 2.
It's 14.
14. So we are almost progressing very well.
Exactly.
And as you can see, everything is in order.
I see much of the people, they're just coming in.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
people, there is where you reach and you serve food.
Exactly.
There is where we are today. In fact, today is grandchildren are preparing the meal of today. That's why you can see these old people.
That's how you have decided as a family.
Yeah, as a family.
That's
today,
nice.
Grandchildren, we decided to prepare at least meal.
Yeah.
And then after that, we proceed towards tomorrow, because tomorrow it's a preparation of purchasing things here and here. Yeah. And then on Thursday, we will bring the body
from the morgue.
and then we'll have candle lighting later, evening. Yeah. And on Friday, we are going to lay her.
Exactly. Rest in peace, exactly. That's very nice. And guys, I had to reach this kind of the brim point to give you one-on-one. And have you got the phone, man?
Still not.
Not yet.
Still
so
not.
What's the DCI talking about?
I have been busy. Like yesterday was Migori, like the whole day preparing the T-shirts of the grandchildren.
I understand. You have to brand them.
Yeah, brand them.
Yeah.
A lot of things to do. So like now you have seen how people are calling me everywhere.
East, west, and south.
Yes, come and do this, and remember I'm the storekeeper there.
Exactly.
If they need anything, I must be there so that I can give out.
Yeah, sure.
So I have been busy. So I decided to relax first. I finish this. After finishing this, so I'll go and start progressing about my phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's very nice, and we wish him to get the account very fast as soon as possible, so that everything can just run very smooth here.
Thank you so
and I appreciate, because much of the thing gonna be coming. Am I still a grandson here also?
Yeah, you are still a grandson.
Oh, I'm a grandson. So I'm just wasting time. I could have been washing much of the utensils.
As it still stands, you are my in-law.
Yeah. It might be.
Not that it might be. Not that it might be.
How sure are you?
I'm sure.
100%.
I'm telling you, because even you know what is going on right
Where?
now. Let us not go there. Let us not
I
go
don't know.
there.
I don't know. Maybe you can elevate me before you can just talk about how the things are just moving
That
here.
is another day. Today is today. Tomorrow is tomorrow.
So guys, am I entitled to wash much of the utensils? I don't know. And I'm gonna be catching a little bit of them here. I can do this.
Okay. Okay.
Very much fantastic. Guys, I like this kind of the work here, because I have to contribute. Here in tradition they talk about an ceremony. Whenever it has put eggs inside, it has drunk
It has put everything.
It has drunk. Yeah. Exactly. I don't know if it reflects to another scenarios in bed. I don't know. Fantastic. So guys, it's just washing a little bit here, and I appreciate because it's the grandsons here. I'm part of the program to make it happen. Exactly.
Yes, guys. So after washing, we settle
you rings.
We rinse and then we put them here. Yeah, the man over here.
Madam, come on, continue with your work. A little bit. I've just touched a little bit. But the good thing is you never told me that people are just cooking here, and I'm a good chief chef.
Are you cooking?
Yeah. Oh, I know the burial.
I know that you are coming today.
I know the burial ceremony. It's boys who are cooking, or you have catering.
And then you are going to cook the other side at Matare. There.
Oh, it's Matare. Yeah. So you're gonna be getting to Matare?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's very nice. So guys, we're gonna be part of the program to get it run, and everything gonna be coming to you live, which is one-on-one, and we're gonna be having much of the copyright from this kind of the site, and we're gonna be enjoying ourselves, so as we can just be together. Keep it tuned, keep it locked.
Bye guys, thank you Gitu for coming.
Exactly, man.
Okay, bye.
Fantastic. So keep it tuned, guys. Coming back in a short while with other content. Hello beautiful people, wherever you are, welcome back. It's Ginto back again to the root. Guys, today I've just decided because there's a time I went to the county a little bit, and I was flabbergasted when I reached that kind of the section, and I found that much of the things are very crooked, are just miserable, and I got very many students talk about very many children. They are just getting much of the support from East West. So I talked about what about from the village? What's really popping out at the village? Then I've decided to come and visit one person at this kind of the specific time. Oh, mafuta yangu yanamwagika chini suni nani. Yeah. Ungeiweka kuja huko hivi at least. Songeza tu mbele. My motorbike is having the leakage of it's having a little bit of a problem here, a little bit, so you're gonna be squeezed. So guys, as I was just moving, then I talked about why can't I visit one day one person, and I know, because sometimes it's like an experience, so as I can just understand what's really popping out when a person is talking about I have a person who is disabled, has a disability, because you understand much of the people, we are just rushing A, B, C, D, East, West and South, but what kind of the influence are we getting from one kind of the panel? Talk about what kind of the talk about the parents, what are they going through as they're gonna be having a person who is disabled, and we're gonna be getting such kind of a vibe today, so you can just understand what really is enforced. And I've come with a little bit of the shopping here to understand that I know the condition. We're gonna be hearing from the daddies here first. Hi, first. How are you? Exactly. So we're going to be checking the mom here, and we're going to be knowing what's really popping out at this kind of the segment. And unaweza nileta kiti. No problem. Kakiti kadogo kama aka Kenya amekalia. So I have the mom here. Do you understand English?
But si sana.
Oh, si sana. Guys, I've come to this kind of the position here, and I've been oriented to talk about I'm going to be getting to this kind of the spot, so I can just know what's really popping out at the villages, because much of the people will be talking about, oh, you know, this kind of the people, they're going to be talking outside there that, oh, you know, I have a son, I have a kid who is getting a little bit of a problem, maybe disabled or whatever, but you don't know exactly what's really popping out at that kind of the time. What are they passing through? I'm going to be getting a seat so they can just sit, because we have find the guy is here, and anaelewa. Haelewi. So here is the guy, and you will think that is just umepata. Very fantastic, very fantastic. So guys, at this kind of the point, I want to hear from this kind of the route. Wherever you're coming from, I'm coming from the talk about, I'm going to be getting back to the burial ceremony there, but I have to talk about this kind of the, it's an urgent issue that I found that it's really disturbing very many people in the street, very many people in the course route of how to prevail with much of the things. Talk about how are they suffering, because some people can be suffering, but we don't know. And I've never done any kind of the charity supporting the disabled, but today, apart from talk about the aged people in the society, apart from talking about the girl child, but today I'm gonna be getting to the real module of just understanding what's really popping out at when this kind of the scenario is getting them. So I have the mother here because of a little bit of the time. She's gonna be introducing herself. How are you, ma?
I'm fine.
What's your name?
My name is Cynthia.
Your name is Cynthia.
Yes.
So here you are. This is your boy.
Yes.
So how old is the boy?
He's 12 years and a half.
12 years and a half.
Yes.
And what's the name of our precious boy here?
His name is Roniel Mwita.
Roniel Mwita. He's called Roniel Mwita. So at this kind of the time, this is your son,
Yes.
really your son.
Yes, my
the
son.
second, the third, the fourth.
He's the second one.
He's the second born. So at this kind of the time, so right now, is he feeling bad? Maybe he's not comfortable.
He's comfortable, but ani ni ile tu is this ani ana disturb. Hawezi kaa.
Oh, he cannot sit somewhere and just relax. So he's 12 years, but the body looks like a very young, small boy of around 7 years there. And so anakulanga, does he eat?
He eats, but in a difficult way.
Difficult manner. Okay. So right now, is he laughing or is having a problem?
He's trying to play.
He's trying to play. Hey, I'll never understand this kind of the procedure, guys, because I've never been into it, and I know because they're gonna be passing through very many circumstances at the road for them. Ooh, the motorbike is having a problem here. Oh, imechimba?
Imechimba.
Yeah, no problem. It will be catered for. No problem. Yeah. Songeza tu mbele. Hayongo kokoto tatora hai. So guys, a little bit, that is just by the way, there's no problem. That is not even more serious than whatever I'm just handling here. So the motorbike is no longer serious. Here we are in a serious matter. So shall we introduce Shulen? Have you ever got him to school?
Ninatamani nimintroduce, lakini sasa ile uwezo kwa sababu shule zao ni expensive. Sasa asiwezi afford.
So you cannot afford getting into school. So is it for the government or the private ones or gani?
Any private.
In Kenya, guys, we have a little bit of a problem whenever we have such kind of the difficulties. Talk about such kind of the scenario, and to wherever you are, getting an opportunity to get such kind of the people to the school, it's going to be a problem a little bit. And today I've just reached here because I've got that kind of an influence. I went to the county government, and they were giving out much of the chairs, talk about whatever necessary for the upkeep of them, and much of the people from the interior, they are left aside. They are never getting, and it's just the prominent people who knows that kind of the deals are just happening, that the ones who are getting such kind of the opportunities. But to the real fact of today, I've just reached here so they can just know how real it is, and even how hard it is unto them. How are they coping up with this kind of the scenario? Because nobody knows that you can have such kind of the person who is a little bit affected or having a defect as the way he is, but we have to carry them as ours. We can never throw that, oh, this is no longer the thing that I was needing. Maybe somebody can have such kind of the post choir of talking such kind of the words, but to the real living God, he understands that why has he given you such kind of a person, so you can just attest. Maybe sometimes it's like a test, and maybe from your home, talk about from your home, maybe is there such kind of the chromosomes. Talk about do you have disabled people like? You don't have. So I know much of the people talk about is the chromosomes and the cross talk about the Y and X, and talking about the ancestral, talk about the genotypic ratio, phenotypic ratio, and the genes. In short, we can call it the genes. But the real fact is I've never been into this kind of the sarcasm a little bit, but I know it's because of the condition he is. He doesn't understand himself, and also he has not been. Does he eat? He eats. So I'm going to be asking a little bit of the questions here. So when you were giving birth, did you come to know that you'll have a disabled child?
No, I didn't.
You never know. But it was a normal birth. It was a normal birth.
Yes.
And after you giving birth, how did you come to know that he's disabled?
After 6 months.
After 6 months? So you can never recognize whenever it's below 6 months?
I did not recognize.
You never recognize?
Yani alikuwa tu vizuri ni vile alikuwa nalialia tu, sasa sikujua shida iko wapi.
But even the doctors hawakukuambia?
Hawakuniambia. After hiyo 6 months ndio niliona hiyo shida, hakuwa naelewa kitu, yani hasongi, improved kitu yoyote.
No improvement.
Sasa nikampeleka hosi. Sasa ndio wakaniambia ako na shida fulani, wakaniambia ni ukwe nampeleka kwa nini? Kwa check up, alafu na hiyo physiotherapy. Nimeenda pia ni gharama. Sasa ninaenda unatumia kama 1000 per day. Na 3 hours per week.
It is 3 hours per week.
Sasa ikanishinda.
So saa hiyo umpeleki?
Simpeleki sasa.
So there's no much of a physiotherapy. So you umesema it's 1000 per day and per week 3 times. Guys, that's a lot of money. Talk about the 3000 Kenya shillings, including, you have to include the transport inside, because it's not done in Nyabuhanse Mabera, it's just done in talk about Migori. Yeah, that's Migori district. It's a district. Talk about talk about a public hospital, which is a level 4 hospital in the county of Migori. That's where you can just get the services. It's not the first time. I've been taking one of my villagers there. Much of the people, they have never knew about this kind of the scenario, that I was taking one of the villagers from my home there who has sickle cell, and every month I was taking them to the hospital for the checkup. And at that kind of the moment, I know the real module, and I know they are using a lot of money for you to get even the sickle cell medication. It's very, very expensive per month, but much of the people are struggling to make it happen. And also to this kind of the scenario, I know 3,000 a week, which is 3,000 times 4, which is approximately $100 US, and not including the transport. You have to get it. Which kind of the work are you doing?
I'm just hustling.
I've got you in the salon.
Yes.
So you are weaving people, getting a small changes here and there, so as you can just cater for them, talk about soap, whatever. I know. So guys, this is the scenario that is coming out at this kind of the point, and at this kind of the point, and we have much of the people who are suffering outside here, but they cannot reveal who is there to be told, because right now in Kenya, who knows you? How much do you have? So as people can get you, how prominent are you in the government? So people can hear you. But even have the schools that are taking care of the disabled, but they are not guaranteed for anyone. And you understand, wherever you are coming from, you know that you should be in a good way, or talk about the good pocket demand, so as you can just deal with this kind of the scenarios, or handle much of the things once and for all. So we have much of the people calling here. I'm going to be calling them back. So, niko na swali lingine. So, after now, you realized after 6 months that, talk about Mwita here, is having such kind of a problem after orienting him to the hospital. So, ulianza kuchangamkia kumpeleka, then haukuona change? There's no change.
Nilichangamkia sana, nikakuwa na hope kwamba nikimpeleka labda anaweza pata nafuu. Sasa tulimpeleka sana, lakini sikuona change yote. Nilimpeleka hapa district. Mwingine akanishauri nimpeleke Kenyatta. Tukaenda mpaka
Kenyatta Hospital, Nairobi.
Lakini hapo pote sikuona change yoyote. Sasa ndio nikaacha tu.
Then you left that kind of the So how is he behaving at night?
Usiku analala, lakini kwa shida. Kusumbuka tu. Hizi lala na amani sana.
So has he ever been affected with any kind of the disease? Magonjwa?
Like malaria tu kawaida.
Malaria sometimes. How do you know that akona malaria? Because he doesn't talk. Unajuaje? Ama daily you have to take care of him. So you have to touch, handle, hold, and know what's really popping out. So who is taking care of him when you are just in the duty?
Sasa huwa na nini tu, na jikata tu, nakuja narudi.
So it's just sometimes it's just going, sometimes cutting himself a little bit and rushing and coming to check the baby here. And lakini sasa mostly unamuachanga na nani? Is there any maid maybe?
Sina maid.
You don't have a maid?
Sina mtu yeyote.
Oh my God. So guys, there's a little problem here, and to the real fact, I know this is the scenario, and you can even see how he's just stretching. So here ijikunji.
kwa kazi kama ameamua ndiye anaweza kunja, lakini akikataa pia
he cannot the arm is stretched here, and he's talking about if he can just like to stretch, talk about maybe close it a little bit, he can never. So it's like he has to decide himself that he's gonna be getting it maybe putting it in a way that he might need, like the way it is right now. So he might stretch it, and it's very very hard. I don't know why. Mbona iko ngumu? Ama hivyo ndio kila siku
hivyo tu ndio yuko hivyo.
So guys, I don't know this kind of the condition, and that's why I've just reached this kind of the position to talk about is stretching east, west and south is a problem, and it's not a good way whenever a mother can just see this kind of this. Nobody is has ever prayed to the living God that I have such kind of the scenario to me, or I have such kind of the way to me, but you know, it's maybe God's grace, and you can never know. Maybe this is the time for him to change. Maybe this is the time for him to have peace in this kind of the home also, because everything has its own condition and it has its own way. You can never know what's tomorrow, and always talk about tomorrow is another day. Nobody can disclosure it, nobody can talk bad about it, because tomorrow nobody knows how it will come and how it's gonna be coming. Nobody knew that they're gonna be coming here. Even them, they're just knowing that I told them that I'm gonna be coming one day, so they can just check, because I was having some 2-3 shenanigans here and there, burial ceremony, whatever, east, west and south, and today I've decided to come because I was in Kisumu, and yesterday I arrived. I had to do much of 2-3 things there, and I'm again analyzing myself to leave also the village again for a little bit of tour, so as I can just be coming back. But where I'm heading, also I'm heading for the charity team, so as I can just bring much of the people back to the village also, so you can just have like them. And also right now I have a wheelchair which has landed from UK, and I think it's Nairobi still, but it had an order already. If it could not be having an order, it could be for him, but due to unconditional circumstances, wherever you are, from UK, wherever you are, I think it can just be very comfortable whenever going to be getting a wheelchair. And also if you can just get I think to the real fact, I can stand for you one thing. Can you look for a maid?
Yes, I can look.
You can look for a maid.
Yes.
So how much do you pay here for the maid?
5,000 to 6,000.
5,000 to 6,000. And whenever now you add the complication of such kind of the situation, do you have rooms where you can just live, or you have to go home and come back?
Maybe afadhali akae.
So or staying, so you have a room yenye anaweza kaa. So guys, I will just take that kind of the position. Look for a maid. Ukimpata, then call me. I'll be paying per month. 6,000 Kenya shillings per month. I'll be dropping it to you, so it can just be taken care of. So into that kind of the courtesy, I'll make it. And to this kind of the position I talk about, whenever they're going to be getting, I'll put the money in that immediate effect whenever they got the maid, so they can just be helped, because she's hustling. The father is also hustling also, is also a hustler. Talk about they are striving to make it happen. And I know the complication he is at this kind of the rate is very complicated. You have to feed him.
Yes, he cannot feed himself.
So how do you, whenever in the morning, you have to have a small synopsis about it. In the morning when you wake up, what do you do specifically? Unafanyangaje?
Lazima nikiamka sasa nifanye shughuli zingine hizo za ndani. Kimaliza nimuogeshe, nimlishe, tena yeye anakula pole pole, huwezi mharakisha hata kama uko na haraka.
Anakulangaje? Uko na chakula hapo kidogo? Maybe there's a small food there, so you can just see the rate of the uptake, because I know that's why I'm talking about the maid will be so sufficient, because whenever she will be talking about, I need you to wave me very quickly, I want to go to a party. Maybe everybody has his own condition, talking about I want it to be done early in the morning. So, and she's here.
Una chai? Kulikuwa na mkate ama umeisha?
Hata tununua mkate kweli. Tulisahau biscuit.
Biscuit. Njoo uchukue biscuit.
Guys, also before we can just have much of the things here, I can just put this kind of the box here, so they can just open it. Yeah, I have this kind of the box here, guys. I've just come with much of the shoppings. I eat a box. Yeah, we're we're gonna be opening here so you can just understand, because I've just done a little bit of the shopping here for him also, and you can see the condition. He's still having salivation because it's like acting like still like a child. We have some biscuits here. Yeah, get him the biscuit. I know. Lazimu loweke kwa maji. It has to be put in a solution. Talk about a solution so as they can just get wet, and also it can just have a good uptake. So I've come with a little bit of does it take the full cup per day? The full cup. So yeah, we want to see how the uptake is, because we're gonna be knowing. Yeah, take some milk. We have a lot of things inside here. So guys, we have a lot of things here. I've come with a lot of things. Chukua tu maziwa. Iko sawa sio? Tutachanganya. Iko sawa? Okay, they have to put some biscuits inside here so they can just bring that kind of a taste. You understand? Even if he doesn't recognize, he doesn't know what's really popping out, but he will sense that there's something new which is just put inside here. And so it has to settle a little bit so they can just uptake it. Also, as long as oh, he knows, eh? Hajamea meno? Oh, he has teeth, eh? So, mbona akuli? Ama hapo ashakula?
Ni hivyo tu yeye anasilanga, yani hajui kutafuna.
Oh, he doesn't know how to chew, and so sometimes it's like a baby. You have to feed him, and sometimes the food can come out and return it again. So it's like get it in, whenever it comes out, they return it again. So that is the scenario that they're just facing. So it will take a lot of time for them to feed him until can just be at least in a position of talking about is well. So he understands it's just eating time, but chewing is a problem. So that is the position that we have to get a little bit of things which are very soft at this kind of the time, and make sure that everything is just very much performed here. So at this kind of the rate, as they are just feeding him here, I know that we're going to be having a little bit of the shopping here. We can just analyze it, and I think I've just picked something which is very usual and very nice for them to use it at this kind of the time. Talk about, I've come with some of the biscuit. I think he likes the biscuit because he's eating it, and also they are sweet. Also, we have much of they're applying oil, and because of the skin, it has to be kept very talk about how can I call it, it's like very soft and also moist, so as you can just feel and sometimes much of the skin care, they have that kind of the delightful ingredients that are being used here. Talk about the ingredients also. They are just more mediculate, and also they can just facilitate for him to get that kind of the sunlight. Talk about the vitamin D and so whatever. Some applying oil, they have such kind of the way. So already we are in the third biscuit. So he's eating, and I think even the box will be so small for him to handle for 1 week. So it will just be for the 3 days, and it's over already. Exactly. So we have this kind of the applying oil. Talk about the tissue is always available because it has to be maintained. I know, hygiene. The most thing that I understand for such kind of the scenario, such kind of the situation is, there must have what is called sanitation program should be very high for them to maintain such kind of a way. And also we have this kind of for the toiletry. I know because they are taking much of the tea also, they should be given much of the sugar. Sugar is here. And making sure that everything is so fantastic. We have some sugar. Also, talk about whenever we talk about the cleanness, it should be maintained clean. Talk about the clothings, because right now, yes, it cannot be playing and dirtifying much of the clothes, but it has to be maintained, the regular cleaning of the grooming also, and it should be looking clean at each and every time, so it can just be very punctual. And also from that kind of a situation, you can talk. It's not like you can just talk about, oh, let me leave the guy at this kind of the point at that kind of the rate. We have to maintain cleanness of the highest order. So it's like it could just be in we can call it a place where like disabled people could just be placed so they can just be maintained. But you should have money for it's like getting a student in a boarding school so as they can take care of him and do whatever. So it's very hard for you to achieve that kind of awesome amount of money for you to be taken care of. We have so many disabled people who are just outside there and they have not got any kind of they are going to be talking about, guys, to this kind of the point are going to be so punctual about it and talk about whoever can find. It's very, very nice for you to take care of and we can talk about, we can just take care of him, talk about the maid, we can take care of it, talk about such kind of the small things. And also we can look for a school, better school for the boy to go and learn. And for my talk about, sometimes I talk about I have the 10% of every month that is coming to much of the people who are having such kind of the problems. Talk about I can call them like what am I calling you? Disabled people in the community. Also, you might be part of the disabled in the community because I've never handled the case of a disabled now person as he is. And this is the first time, but I'm going to be talking about my 10% that I always give out in each and every month. It's going to such kind of the people. And also I've tracked and I've got like he has a problem. That's why I've just come to this kind of the position to handle and sort it out. So we have also some of the soaps here, and it's a laundry soap. It's very best. And also we have if you're gonna be taking much of the milk, also we have this kind of the soda. Much of the American people call it soda. Yeah, we have some soda here. It's a Fanta, and it's very Fanta orange. It's very very fantastic at that kind of the rate. Also we have milk, talk about 1 carton of milk. It's very nice. And also we have how do you call them, diapers? They're called diapers. So these are a large size, and I've just bought a full of it to make sure that they're gonna be maintained clean. Sometimes you can never know if you want to pee, if you want to poo, you can never know at this kind of the rate. So it's gonna be so facilitative at this kind of the rate, so as you can just be using it at this kind of the, and this is the courtesy of Gintu to make it happen. And it's just a way of making sure that you're gonna be part of the program and to the community also. So at this kind of the rate, I thank you because you have stayed for 12 good years staying with this kind of the child. And at this kind of the moment I talk about you are a good mother, and keep supporting. Usiwai kufa moyo because yours is yours. Hata saa yu muache, nobody will come to take care of him. It's only you, and you are the one who knows how you have ever been suffered and how the stomach was until you just delivered. So to that kind of the point I talk about congratulations to her, and to the point he is and she has taken him up to this kind of the point. I appreciate that kind of, it's not very easy. And you know, guys, if you have somebody who is disabled and wherever you are, you know the condition, you know, it's like right now is like an old aged person who is fed, done everything. So it's like a baby who is not growing, and you find yourself at the same position daily. The way you wake up, prepare tea, feed, whatever, change diaper, do whatever, at which kind of the rate. Until today, 12 years. So it has been, maybe today gonna be the change a little bit, so you can even relax. So if you can find, guys, that you are at a good position of, we can help a little bit. You can just talk about Gintu. I'm gonna be helping something good or something better. So do you have a bed? I don't know. Does he have a bed?
Ako naye lakini imeanza kumpungua. Imeanza kuwa ndogo.
It's becoming smaller. So he should need a little bit, because even if he has this kind of the problem, he's gonna be growing also. He's a human being. He's gonna be growing, but in a small rate, very small rate. And I know much of the people are doctors here, whoever are watching this kind of the video, you know, are going to be having such kind of the scenario. And to this kind of the point I talk about, thank you very much. Everyone has been tuned and locked in watching this kind of the video. And this is the support that I always do, making sure it's my first time coming to a disabled, not the aged people in the society, girl, child, whoever. Whenever I found that this is the history I can just change, I can change it. And the real fact, I'm going to be getting much of the people, the good and well wishers who wish to have such kind of the people to be brought to a place where they can just grow in a humanate way and not humaninated in a way that they could just be finding themselves in a bad condition. So to this kind of the point, I appreciate your moment again, and I say that continue the same spirit and make it happen. Guys, this is the dirtiness I was talking about. Yeah, whenever you are feeding the babies, you know they're going to be having the dirtiness that they're going to be coming. So you're going to be having much of the soaps here and much of detergents here, so you can just be kept clean and make sure that everything is so fantastic. At this kind of the rate, guys, I appreciate, because we are finding the way possible so as we can just tangle with our own challenges, and also we can just cater for them. That's why I've just talked about look for a maid, and whenever you get the maid, call me and I'll just deposit the money to you, and also we'll just be there, and if anything gonna be happening good, I'm gonna be talking about to have something good that's gonna be having a change at that kind of the point. So, and have you ever talked with the government?
I've tried, but sijaipata msaada wote kwa.
Okay, they have a problem. So that is sometimes you talk about the rate is very low whenever the government, you should, who knows you at which kind of the moment. So to this kind of the juncture, they are trying their best to make sure that they are just putting him at this kind of the condition. So guys, I'm going to be rushing out of this kind of the position because I've heard that Mr. Joseph again is going to be having a problem. Somebody broke to his house and stole much of the things that I bought for him. So I'm going to be getting to Nyabu once again so they can just check on Mr. Joseph and understand which kind of the program is running unto him and which kind of the circum has got unto him and what's really going to be getting out, because I solidarize everything with an immediate effect. And also I'm going to be knowing, he told us this kind of the month going to be migrating, which kind of the condition is and which kind of the determination. Has he determined that you're going to be leaving or you're going to be staying? Because right now there's not much of the rainfall and everything is taking the position. The good fact is the plot that was having much of the problem, according to the channel of water, somebody already is constructing a house there and everything is just sorted out. So keep it tuned. I'm going to be rushing there a little bit and appreciate. I'll be there in touch. Whenever you have any kind of the problem, call me. We can just know how to sort it out. Exactly. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day and a blessed time. Keep it tuned. Keep it locked. Coming back. If you're going to be helping, guys, keep it tuned. Text Gintu, comment section. We're going to be rhyming and making it happen. Let's go with it. Wabia bye.
Bye. Thank you.